And I think I am live. Hello and welcome to my desk. It is Friday, actually Friday evening here in Denmark, around 6 o'clock. So it's been like a hectic week. A lot of things is just hectic week, and also a hectic day. Like I had to prep dinner, eat dinner, prepare everything, and then go live. So I usually think about what I'm gonna stream about, before the time occurs. But because things today has been so hectic, I don't really have a plan. But I received a wonderful envelope with the mail. Oops. It's from Teresa Petersman. I always recognize her mail because she makes her own envelopes. Look how beautiful it is. Oh, it's just a messenger of summer and spring, don't you think so? And then inside, she has included a sweet letter. She is so sweet. And then this Easter card. Look, isn't it hilarious? That egg right there. So, hi, Michelle. In her letter, she explains how she is assembling these cars and she's having like containers with all the bits and bobs cut out and then she just glue them together. So it's like a layer, and layer upon yet another layer to achieve this beautiful card. So yeah, I was actually thinking about I want to make her a card. So, but I'm not like a card maker like this advanced. So I was thinking maybe I could just make her a humble watercolor drawing and then send it along with just a little hello from me. Hi, Janet. So I don't really have anything planned other than trying to make a card for Teresa using watercolors. Good you're here, Janet. Remember on your stream we had this conversation about Prismacolors, and I just wanted to visually show my complaint so that people don't think that I hate Prisma. I don't. I really like um, colored pencil in general. But I just wanted to show that I think I got a bad set. Um, some of my pencils are totally cracked. Like like the barrel is will it focus? So it makes it very unnerving to sharpen them. Look, it's not cracked on the other end, so this pencil is holding up. And I actually have had, to dispose two pencils because they just snapped open. And most of them are beginning to show irritation of cracking, and it just it's like they're drying out. I don't know what's the issue with it. Let me show. Maybe you can see, but this one is actually super annoying to sharpen because it kind of stops the, like, this is a good example here where you can see that the sharpener disturbed the crack. That's a nice sentence to use on a Friday. Hello, Barbara. But yeah, my Prismacolors got like issues, and then some of them totally snap on me. And then when I look at the end of the barrels, I can see that none of them are truly aligned up. So that might explain why they're snapping. You can see like the lead is not centered inside the wooden case. So it just might be the reason why they're snapping. But I remember I really love this one. It's called Beige Peach. And it's starting to give me issues, as you can see when I am sharpening it. And I really love this one when I'm making portraits, like that last touch you do with colored pencils. So for fun, I just saw that my art store had an open stock of Prismas, so I ordered one, and it came like this. This is the exact same pencil, but this is ordered on an open stock and it just sharpens beautifully. Look how big a firm tip I can get on this one without it snapping off. It is the exact same pencil, but there is a difference. I don't know if the camera picks up, but this one is not the same color hue as this one in the barrel. It's like this is lighter toned, and this one have a barcode on it. and none of my Prismas got any barcodes whatsoever. So it just makes me worry that the painting on the pencil itself is different. Yeah, the camera totally don't pick it up, but there is a color difference between these two barrels, and a performance difference that's like really visual. I can sharpen them to a firm tip. They won't break. I have no issues with the lead being centered, the off center, and they look so like it's one firm. I can't even see where it's been assembled. You know what I mean? Like no line work. Where on most of my pencils, they look. You can clearly tell. Now it's out of focus. You can just clearly tell how they are assembled. So it just screw up when you sharpen them. They want to snack, and it's just okay. Let me see that. These are garbage. Okay, you know what? I never I thought that this was like Prisma quality, and I was thinking a little about. I don't really get the hype that people got about Prismas because I think that it's sometimes an annoying tool. So I tend to grab my polychromas instead because I got no sharpen issues with them. But after visiting your stream and we were talking about this in chat, I realized, you know what? I may have like a crazy batch sent to me of bad Prismas. I bought them in 2018, I think. Yeah, 2018. The paint on the outside is commonly different. So, okay, so that's not the problem. Yeah, cracks is, yeah, unacceptable. And it, sometimes it doesn't look like the pencil is going to crack, but it happens when you start sharpening, then the next. So slowly you're just developing a bigger and bigger crack. So it's just like human life. The older the barrel, the bigger the crack. The same with us females. But I'm telling you, I think Michelle, I think it must be a ripoff or something because I can understand now that this is not the quality control of regular Prismas. And I kind of find that it's a bit funny that the newer pencils came with barcodes. None of these have any barcodes at all. But maybe it's because it's an open stock pencil, so they need to scan it out when they sell like a single pencil. I don't know. But yeah, the want monster inside of me is totally like, ooh, an excuse to go and buy a brand new set because people really adore these pencils. And I just think it's a little bit like, when sometimes when you sharpen a pencil and you lose like 1.5 inch just in sharpening, that's just really. Honestly, contact the company, include the photos, and tell them you're having an art YouTube channel. Ooh, but do you think they would take me seriously when it's like 4 years ago that I bought them? Hi, Amber. I don't know. Maybe they would. But yeah, I just wanted to show because I was just texting these things in chat and it was a little bit difficult to explain. So it was just easier to show it in person, also these obscure. Will it focus? You know, or you can just tell how they're not aligning up. So they are when you. I try to turn my sharpener instead of turning the pencil, but it just creates issues. Okay, I'm gonna put these pencils aside. Well, I normally start my stream by, let's say, it's not in their best interest to ignore customer complainers. Okay, okay, I should give them a link to this video. Then I have to really behave. I think I can behave for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So, but okay, I could give it a try. I also actually was a little bit pissed the way they were shipped. Yeah, they came in a rather huge box, but they were just dumped into the box. There was no like wrapping or bubble wrap or anything, so they had been like rattling during transportation. So I kind of feel that maybe that's why some of the lead are snapping off, because they had breakage issues because of that rough shipping. You should always start a stream with a whole bunch of wine. Yes, yes, yes. And also swear within the first 10 minutes so that the, the F bomb has been dropped. So I already ruined it. Yeah, but anyway, I always start. I not always, but I want to always start showing what I've been working on this week. So let me try and I've been so scattered. So where can I start? Okay. Okay, most recently I tried, Kathy Burke, she streamed on Tuesday this new washi technique. So of course I had to try it, and this is my attempt on what went on over at Kathy Burke's channel on Tuesday. Yeah, I always use the good swear words. Yes. So let's see. Hi, Andar. I think I'm caught up saying hello to everyone. Yours Prismas are probably 15 years old. Oh, yeah. Um, I have heard a lot of people talk about, oh, these pencils last forever. So I think they're created to, you know, endure a lot of, you know, shift in temperature going through winter, summer, everything like that, without the wooden barrel behaving like, where is it? Let me just grab one of the pencils. Like here, when you see this pencil, you might think that, oh, it's dried out. Like it's some sort my own fault. I stored it, humid it, and then in frost, and then dry summer or something. But I actually think that these pencils are supposed to be made to endure shifting seasons and stuff like that without the wood acting like this. So yeah, enough about the pencil round. But hi, Journey, lurking and listening. That's good. I lurked Laurie's stream because I had to, prepare dinner and everything. So I was just running back and forth when Laurie was streaming. So yeah, but I tried this from Kathy Burke's stream. It was fun, and I like the mess and the expression. And I know that I'm supposed to put on some focal point in some sort of solid tone to so the eyes got something to rest upon. I just haven't picked out what I'm gonna put on yet. Now I'm looking at the envelope that the Didi sent me. Like if I take this snowman from Teresa Petersman, you can see how it really pops because the background is helping it to pop. But I still need to figure out what elements I'm gonna put on this. I might put this snowman on. Doesn't it look like he's standing on the ground? I mean, it's cute. But anyway, so it's not like totally finished. Hi, Kathy Arbor. So you had the same problem, but you use an electric sharpener. They replaced your pencils. Okay, now I'm getting really interested. If maybe I could, if they don't want to replace them, I totally understand. It's been like 4 years since I bought them, but I never thought about complaining. I just thought that that was the usual quality of a Prisma. But maybe they would give me a discount on the new set that I want to buy. Okay, let me move on. Then I don't know if you recall on the Linda Barry project, there was this cover a whole page with crayons. So I thought I would do that. And it ended up being like this. And it was so relaxing. I don't even recall what was I looking at maybe I was watching TV when I did some of this, and then I finished it off while I had a table. But I just remember that I just blocked in the colors, and I really like it. No, it's very simple. You don't need that evil snowman. Oh no. You know what? I read Teresa Petersman's letter. She had just endured like weeks of shift between rain and snow, rain and snow. So she's so ready for spring too. Then I saw this. I was listening to some fantasy electronica music called Lumina, and the channel name is Brunvish Will. I can't pronounce it. I actually wrote it down. Brownville, Brown, almost like Brownville, Brownville. Anyway, he's got a channel where he's got playlist of electronica fantasy music, so it's just super relaxing to listen to. So I painted this and I loved it so much. And then I wanted to play with this elvish figure by making her super tall because that could be fun. So I started this one. Can you see how I just made her like super tall? I really like it. It's not finished. I just did the underpainting, which is some purple tones, and then I'm gonna go on top of this with, I think, a Mayan blue. So yeah, a really likable things to do. And then, do you guys recall that I was talking that I saw Bab Owen do her Bible journaling, and I thought of trying to use my Bible as a journal, and it's really weird for me to even think about covering up the text in this book. But what I did was that I read a paragraph and then I painted a painting next to it. So yeah, let us see. I tried it 3 times. So let us see. I don't feel that I wrecked my journal or my Bible. Okay. This is a text that I know that I read because I have underlined it. And I think I read it twice because first I underlined in yellow and then I came back apparently and read it one more time. So I thought I would be perfect to draw an image of things that I know that I read. It's about Jesus being tempted for 40 days in the desert by the devil. And then by the break of dawn, that's how I imagine it. The text don't say when time wise. The text only says that the devil was not able to tempt Jesus. So the last conversation they had was that he showed him the view uh, from afar where he could see a lot of cities, and he told Jesus that all this I can give you. I can give you ownership of all this, like it was like the world. And then he Jesus turned him down and he went away. So in my imagination, I'm thinking, okay, how would I illustrate that? So first, I chose to illustrate the devil as a snake crawling away, and then I decided that it should be like the break of dawn, because I'm thinking that the classical thing about dark creatures can perform at their best when it's nighttime. So the break of dawn would like shun that the snake away. So Jesus is standing on that end of the desert, looking over that town that the devil showed him and told him like, you can have all this. So that's how I chose to interpret the text. And it was really hard, guys, because I kept thinking, oh my god, can you imagine the privilege that most of the painters had when they had to depict like the first baby Jesus? How did he look? I mean, Mary, Virgin Mary pictures and stuff like that. Like they had to choose how does Johannes the Baptizer look like when you paint him, and you read a story and you have to set the scenery. So I noticed that a lot of these texts don't describe time or location that much. So it's like really free interpretation for a lot of these texts. So that was the first one. And then I moved on thinking, okay, I saw that I underlined this once, so I read about it and wanted to draw an illustration. And this text is about watch out for fake prophets. What is it called? Like watch out for fake people who want to want to seem like they are in touch with something divine, and you can recognize them because their tree will bear no fruit. That's what the text says. So I imagine this fake prophet standing next to a dead tree in a fruit garden of apples and lemons. So I try to, illustrate that. So, false. Let's see. Yes, I used watercolor, and I actually used a very inexpensive set. You see, it's summer, so sometimes I get the question, how do you pick between your watercolor palettes what to use? And I rarely know what to answer, but I know what to answer when it comes to this particular set. It's Arteza 60 watercolors, and they are reminding me a little bit about gouache. So I thought that they would be nice to use because sometimes it's not that great to have a totally transparent watercolor because some of the letters can be placed like wrong in the face or something. Like there's like areas where you would. I really dislike this area here because the text is shining through, messing with the face. So I thought, oh gosh, it should be like to choose, but I still want something transparent. So the in between go to choice for summer and not transparent 100% and not gouache would be this watercolor palette. So that's what I chose. Hi, Gail. And I really love this. It's a wooden box where I got almost everything that I need. And for this Bible journaling, I really enjoyed using these shimmery gold to frame the edges with because I think it looks nice, like kind of you can get away with that in a Bible drawing because they used a lot of gold to show glories and on icon work. So it just looks nice, really nice. So in here, I also got my first set of Neocolor 2. You probably don't recognize them because it's like an old brand of Neocolor. They don't look like this in their packaging today, but once upon a time, a Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2 looked like this. So yeah, and then I got some chalks, and yeah, that's it. This box is a good one. A good one. Okay, that was this one. Now comes my favorite, my absolute favorite. Sometimes I pick mine through guilt. Yes, if a set is feeling neglected, time to choose that one. It's science. Oh man, I am right there with you. I I can dig through my things in my drawer, and then I can hear them yell like, "Stop ignoring me!" So I do the guilt thing also. Oh my god. Okay, the most interesting drawing, and because I'm Lena, it's interesting. I immediately knew like, oh, I'm gonna draw this one. How do you translate this? I would say the Revelation of Johannes, and I think it's got a different name tag to it in English. It's where he predicts the future, like the Armageddon, the doom of Earth, and I think it's called something else in English. But anyway, there is a paragraph in his Revelation where he talks about the arrival of a woman, a virgin, like an immaculate woman, untouched, giving birth to yet another virgin birth. And it's like, you could say, like the second Mary, right? And it's described, you can see the sun in her clothes, and above her head there will be 12 stars, and by her feet she will have the moon. That's how he describes it. And when I read this, I'm thinking about he's trying to tell us some coordinations, because where the stars are and where the moon is like, Galileo. You can maybe set um, a time to how this star constellation is going to be. So, because I'm Lena, we kind of study it, right? I don't know if this is how it is. I'm thinking the star constellation of Virgo. And I'm thinking Virgo because it kind of looks like a woman in a dress with spread legs. Let me explain myself. Okay. There are 9 stars creating the constellation of Virgo, and it looks like this. Now I'm just drawing the most inaccurate drawing of how Virgo is depicted in the sky. I got too many stars. Oh, that's the sun. Okay, 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 okay. Og det er Jupiter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's good enough. There's like 12 stars. This one doesn't count. There's 12 stars making the Virgo. And if you got like a really good imagination, you can kind of tell that this is a dress. That's arms and that's legs. And at a certain point of time, the planet Jupiter is right here and the sun is up here. So the moon would be down where at the feet, right? So far, so good. Then we got um, some dates. Where did I find it? It's difficult because you have to find like some dates where the 3 planets, the moon, Jupiter, and the sun, is in Virgo like this. And it seems to be that it occurs that um, once upon each year, the sun aligned with Virgo in this constellation, and it's every time it's in September month. And every 11 to 12 year, Jupiter is between the legs. And all this constellation where you have to have like 4 planets, 2 constellations, the sun and the moon in this position has only occurred with 240 years in between. So I could only find 5 times that this has happened since year 1056. Yeah, but I'm not trying to predict anything about when this is going to happen. I'm just trying to say that this paragraph up here actually is some sort of a clock, but it can be illustrated as a painting. But it was fun to study this because then I knew that in my painting, I would totally place the stars in that exact formation as this one here. So if you were a little bit of a like to solve puzzles and riddles, you might understand the shape of this cluster up here. Yeah, and then of course the moon is at her feet. That's the moon right here, and this is the feet. So I just chose to let her sit on the ground, holding the sun and then having the moon down on the ground. And then, of course, I gave her a halo because I think she's like the second Mary. She's like the second immaculate, untouched woman giving birth to the successor of Jesus. So that's how I would illustrate these lines here in a biblical drawing. And I love it so much because there was like so much thought that went into it. And I thought it was funny trying to figure out the riddle. I thought it was super funny to do the composition. And I really love the way that she's like holding the sun in her belly, because the sun in my world is giving life to our planet. Like our planet would be dead without the sun. So I really love that she's holding the planet that gives brings life in her close to her wound, like it's a baby, because there's like new life coming out of her. And then she's having the moon in the back and then the star constellation. Yeah, but I'm telling you, this was time fun spent, because it was like a riddle, a puzzle, and I had to do the composition and the yeah. So no, I don't think that it already had happened. Last time was in 2017. That's like what, 5 years ago, the 23rd of September. And it has not happened, because we would know it if it if it had. Månen er ved fødderne af Virgo en gang om måneden. Yeah. I'm thinking about why I have Leo up here. Mars og Venus og Mercury. Yeah, okay. I kind of lost why I am having this, what happened in my head right here. Okay, that's something else, I think. Okay. But can you see how it can really be interpreted in many, many, many ways? And now the fun thing for me is to spend some time browsing around and see real painters painting this scenario. I don't know how I'm going to do my search. I think I'll just try and search for the revelation of Johannes, the arrival of the new Christ or something, and then see what kind of artwork a real artist has painted and hung in churches and whatnot, to see if anyone has played with the 12 stars, or if they just have been so boring that they have included the 12 star in some sort of a halo, and her literally standing on a moon or something like that. Because that would be like the easy way out, you know? Like her standing with her fat feet on top of the moon, and then around her head you place the 12 stars. I mean, that would be like, you know, like a go-to easy way to do it. Yeah, but okay, I'm babbling too much. But this was fun, and I'm glad that I did it. You know, now I don't feel scared about making illustrations in this book, and it looks so beautiful. Can you see how pretty it looks to have the colors in this text filled with a lot of letters? Yeah, it was fun. I think I'm gonna try, when I have time, to draw more drawings in this in this Bible, and see, you know, what it ends up with. There sure is a lot of pages, right? Let's see. Sometimes, okay, I'm caught up in chat. Maybe I should pick live chat. I'm on the wrong. There you go. Okay. On my Linda Barry's syllabus, I have not been that productive because I have had like a really busy week. There's a lot of things that guests. We had 3 days with guests coming over. It was not like dinner, you know, with cigar, brandy, and steak. It was more like luncheon and coffee. And outdoors time in the garden, so it was like pretty casual, but still, a lot of entertainment, taking time from drawing. So I haven't had time to do much in this one. Okay, I worked on this spread because I want to continue the exercise on page 98 from Linda Barry, but I'm not sure that I'm in the mood for it today. But if I do, I will twerk it and make it be more like you're doing illustrations of certain cartoon people. I have to think a little bit about that. And this is a daily entry, daily diary entry on a double spread. And oh yeah, now I remember. Okay, we have to buy a new bicycle for my hobby, and for it to be included in my bicycle insurance, I had to pay it from my credit card, so they can see that the money came from my account. So it was new to him to watch me swiping on my phone when I had to proceed the checkout with my credit card. So he was he was sitting at the computer ordering the damn bike, and then he says, "Oh, so you use your thumb to just swipe in your net banking? Good to know. Then I have to remember always to cut off your thumb before I bury you." That was just hilarious. It cracked me up. His sense of humor is just super funny. And this is my mojo doing work. And this is not even funny, but I wrote it down anyway because it made me smile. People, when they're like named either after a profession or a thing, like Josh Stone and Bill Carpenter, you know. So now you know the lameness of this joke. I just had a customer who called me up, and he was from one of the small islands in the kingdom, so he had this accent, and it just made me smile that he actually in Danish said, "Hello, my name is Brian Baker, and I am a butcher in a supermarket." That's how he started the conversation. But all he wanted was us to refer his package to his work at a supermarket where he is the butcher. So I just found it funny, His name was Brian Baker, but he's a butcher. So I just wrote it down. And this was 25th, where Elon Musk spent $44 billion on buying Twitter. I know, to him, it's just a grab in his pocket. But for me, it was just like, oh my God, can you imagine being that rich that you kind of shop for 44 billion in 1 week? So I picture him in a daily situation like in my life where I'm doing budget and no spend and all that kind of thing, sitting in his desk thinking like, 44 billion that week. I need to have May month be like a no spend month. But yeah, he'll just add this Twitter to his stash, and if he doesn't make any use of it, he can always Marie Kondo it out so it doesn't become a dust collector. Like he impulsively just happened to shop for 44 million. That was hilarious. And this is only prepped for the next page. And then I'm thinking that I got some spine issues coming up. Can you see how I'm slowly getting into warping that spine? So I think that when I got time, I will jelly plate on some of the pages, maybe just 10 of them in the back, and see if that will help me kind of uneven out this spine thing. But other than that, I don't mind. What happens if I don't do it is that this front page right here will get more and more bent out. So I will end with a book looking like this, where, the flap doesn't even cover one whole inch of the first page. But if I start working on the back also, it will kind of even it out so that it's not that bad when the journal is closed. So, yeah, that's kind of my homework for take out some pages. Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to brag about having filled out a 200-page comp book. I want to brag about that, Janet. So I think I'm gonna be such a moron that I want to complete the task of have filled out 200-page comp book, because so far I have not really glued any pages together. I have glued marker paper on top of some of the pages, but not really it's like single sheets. No one is going to count. You can still brag. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But I would know. I just think it could be fun to have like a fluffy fat book in the end with all these crinkling pages. Yeah, but enough about that. What I wanted to do today is I want to give a little something something to Teresa, because I could understand from her letter that her family has had some losses and there are sick members in her family. So I thought that I was just thinking how happy I am to see a shiny envelope like this in my mail, that I want to give some of that back by sending her something that will make her smile. And I don't really have any plans. I am horrible at making cards. I got a cream cutter and some cartridges, but oh my god, I don't really see myself being able to make something fabulous with with my Cricut. I mostly use it for lettering and cutting in vinyl. Oh, this washi tape is giving me a little bit. Okay, it's good to use this one, I guess. I can feel that this washi is kind of getting a little bit old. Does it happen when washi gets too old and it won't really cooperate? I'm going to admit right now I have removed pages. Oh, you have? Out of my monster half comp book to prevent distortion. But you're still going to brag when you complete it. Yeah, I won't call you out on it. I might move pages if. What bothers me about jelly plating some pages is that, do I really know that I want to work on top of, jelly pages when I come to that part of the book? How can I be sure? So I kind of feel that it's a little bit, in my case, I don't know, not desirable to prep pages when I don't even know what's going to go on top of them. Like, let's say that I wanted to do something in watercolor or something, and then I flip the page, and then there's like 20 jelly printed pages where I need to use Posca markers on top. So I'm always cautious about working ahead in a journal, because I actually can't really predict what I'm in the mood for when it comes to art supply. Look at this tape. How annoying is it? Oh man. This is gonna be like a 2 hour stream of me whining about my Prismas and my washi. You kind of sense a theme going on here. I might be a cheater, but I'm not a liar, says Janet and puts out her pants. They're on fire. You can ask away, Kathy. Knowing me, I'll just make something up and stick to it. it Kathy is going to ask how many pages there are. Oh yeah. I could make some jelly prints on separate paper and then just glue it in the book. Yes. I wouldn't even have to make those pages first. I actually got a stash of, you know, painterly pages that's not a bad idea, Gail, to use them for this project. You know, I got these papers when I cleaned my plate, my jelly plate, and the prints that I'm not that, you know, wild about. Maybe it's actually cool to use them in this project, because when I glue a page on top of a page, I am allowed to move another page. So that's a pretty good idea. I think I will look into that stash after I'm done streaming. That's good. Actually, I have this stash right next to me. Now I'm curious. Would it work? Oh my god, can you hear my chair? It's not me farting off. And I cannot refuse getting a new chair, because then I can't disguise when I'm really blowing a fart and just blaming it on a chair. Let me see. Jelly prints. I got a crazy marbling section. I don't really know how to use it. This is marbling. Yeah, I like it, and then I don't like it. You know, I like it. It was fun to make. Good lord, I love all this texture. But when the session was over and the paper is dried, I'm thinking like, what the heck to do with it? These, I think, could be awesome backgrounds for one of those daily diaries, because there's so much room up there. But most of these are cleanups. Oh my god, yeah. Gail, you're spot on. I'm gonna dig into this. This is ridiculous, hanging on to pieces of paper like this. Yeah. I am so on that task. That was a good one. Here we go. This is I used up the whole marbling kit, because I want to use it all up and then throw it out and not linger onto it, because it was like half filled bottles and it just annoyed me. I kept moving them around in my room. So I used it all up, and I managed to create this stack of papers, and it was really funny, and I had a blast doing it. They dried, I sewed them together. I'm thinking it's gonna be a journal one day, and then I'm thinking not. If it's going to be a journal, it should be like, this is the front page, so you draw on every second page, and this just becomes the page that's opposite. Then I can see it working, but I still would have to glue things on top of this. But I can kind of see the madness in having a journal where you only got one page that's close to the hand that you use your domestic hand, or I almost called, it's not called domestic. This is domestic. This is not my dominating hand. Oh man, that was to me a really, really fun, a fun speaking error. You have the page that where you dominating hand is close, because I dislike working sometimes on the opposite. So this is a journal that I think I should try and assemble. If I had been smart, I would have worked in this one for my Linda Barry. That could be perfect. But no, it's not a comp book, so it's not like real Linda Barry. But all of these are really beautiful to look at. Very subtle, very like uh, mellow colors. I just really like not to cover them up. Like it loses so much if you cover up this and start putting items on it. you can see that fun separation going on right here. So yeah, that's one of my painterly paper stash thing. But all this gel, I'm gonna leave it out on my table and somehow utilize it. Yeah, because summer is coming up, and I think that Kathy Arbor sooner or later will enable me to do even more of the eco prints. So lots of jelly prints I can predict in the future to be made. Okay, why did I have this one out? Oh yeah, that's Dee Dee's ephemera. Uh, I won. I'm so lucky. I won a bunch of ephemeras from Dee Dee, and I wanted to glue in Teresa Petersman's card in my junk journal. So that's why this envelope is out on the table. Yeah, look how scattered I am in my head today. I blame it on all the guests, like it's not been a regular week. But lucky me, the guests came during weekdays, so I'm having the weekend off. That was really it's really something that's gonna drive me mad in my head if I don't have my weekly day off with no people coming over. I cannot have like 2 weekends in a row where we have to be social and do something every single day. Then I really need that day off. As soon as the plants grow, I'm starting again. Oh, that's a good one. But you are having like bad weather this week too. It's just horrible. Okay, I think that Teresa's card is gonna be on this direction, and I wanted to use my watercolors. So I'm thinking I want a spin on that beautiful lady, that enchanted lady right here. Because what was fun with her was to use the gel roll, the gel pen, to do the texture in her dress. So maybe if I'm lucky, I can get inspired by this watercolor drawing somehow and get away with it. So she's got to be like super small. I so love the idea of her having a super tall body. So I think I'm gonna put in her body first, so I don't make the mistake of making her too big, and then her legs are just gonna be regular long legs, not so long. But if I say that this could be like her body shape, I'm just sketching in some line work, nothing else. And then the head is somehow, and then her. And she's like, um, I kind of feel that this drawing is too small to have her other hand poking out over here because it will disturb the silhouette of her bosom. So instead, I'm gonna have a hand coming down here, I think, so that she could like hold something in her hands. Maybe we could put in, uh, those flowers like a Kayla, like a lily. How can I make them? Yeah, that's good enough for me. Like a fantasy. That is really ugly. I need to work a little bit more on that shape. Maybe I could make it be like a funnel. Now a little bit quiet. Yeah, that is more elegant, like big flower coming. Single branch, no leaves. And then I love that she's like looking upwards. I love that she's got like really skinny swan neck. So you immediately know that she's not a creature from real life. She have to be some sort of elvish Elvis. Oh, that was a chunky nose. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fix the nose, don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna sharpen my pencil. Yeah, much better. Can you see how if you sharpen your pencil, you're getting able to hit that more intricate line work? I think I love her hair to be in a bun in the back of her head. I'm moving down the ear like there. Oh man, that's a very big head. Yeah, there's something I like and then there's something I don't like. I like her very slim, long arms, super long legs. That part I agree with. I just think that her butt could be more like upwards, maybe, and then the dress all the way out here. What happens when we do that? Yeah, that's likable. And then something should come from this angle or this angle. Like light should be here. So if I draw a huge plant coming from here, maybe it's disturbing with the line work so close to her. I'm sorry for being so quiet. Maybe it should curl. It should curl. expanding my. I'm pushing so hard on this sketch. Normally I sketch super lightly, but because I have so many erased sketch lines, I think I'm gonna do something that I normally wouldn't do, which is to get a lot of sketchy lines. So, it's a mistake that I got so many unerasable sketch lines. So I'm going to incorporate it into the drawing as if I meant it to be. That's the only way I can save it. Okay. Yeah, let's get some color on it. Okay, let me see what I missed in chat. I was totally in my own world for like 10 minutes. Bye bye, Gail. Have a nice weekend. Later, Gator. That's a tongue twister. Hi, Adita. Good day to you too. Yeah, I have this reference photo in my head. I want something similar, a take on that one, because it was so fun to work with the white gel pen on her dress. So I'm so glad that I'm giving myself this whole area here that I can use the gel pen on. And then I'm thinking that I will not have any lettering on the front of my card. So it won't be like a typical greeting card, because I think my lettering will just disturb it. So it's just gonna be like a little watercolor drawing from me. And hopefully she will enjoy it. Okay, now for the colors. Her cat's name is Blue. I think it could be fun to use the blue colors, because her cat's name is Blue. No other reason than that. Maybe I could even try and make this monochromatic to begin with, and then see if we want to use some purple for the shadowing. I should be punished for how dirty this palette is. I know I can get it clean if I want to. I just haven't felt motivated for that yet. But yeah, one day I'm gonna clean this. I don't even know what these chunk of it's tube paint from a tube that I squeezed out. I don't even know what brand they are, so I can't refill these small puddles. So I just trying to mix them up in whatever I'm doing to use it. Okay, I want a crazy highlight on plants and dress. So I think I'm gonna go. Would I? Okay, change of plan. I don't want a ground. I don't want her to stand on a ground, because suddenly I think it's stupid to have an edge line here and then a ground line so close to an edge line. So I actually think it will be more calm to look at if I pull her dress all the way down. So much thought going into this little card. Can you feel that I'm a little bit nervous because it's going to leave my house? If I was painting this just for myself, I would probably not have been so stressed out about it. I love this Mayan blue. It's Mayan blue from Daniel Smith, the Primatech collection. Of course, it granulates on rough textured watercolor paper. I am painting on Paul Rubens' sketchbook with the sort of hot pressed paper, so I don't have any texture for the granulation to run wild in. Now I am almost holding my breath. I have to remember to breathe. The reason for holding my breath is because I should actually switch to a smaller brush with a finer tip. But I kind of insist on using this squirrel brush to the end, I guess. The issue I'm having here is that I want light to come from this corner here. I want it to hit her face and leave wet, not wet, leave white paper to represent the highlight on her forehead and her chest. But for the white to show up, I need some color in the background. So I am a little bit in trouble. This is too bright. I should okay, let's explore what's else in this palette. We got some green tones here. What do we get? I can use that. Uh, but because I'm a chicken, I'm gonna water down my brush. I'm gonna build it up slowly. I don't want like a saturated background. Yeah, that's a. I like the transition. Oh my god, you can't even see things. It's very subtle in my end. So the camera doesn't catch up, but let me just block this in while I got a wet edge, and then I can hold it up to the camera. Um, I think the flower should be white. So same issue. The more dark background I have around the flower bud, the crazier it will pop. So I want to go in with more dark. Okay, maybe the time is now to let it just sit and dry. Don't think that the camera picks up, but I got a greenish, almost like what's the name of that? I got a green yellow toned light here that's a very nice and subtle in my end. The camera doesn't really show. So I like that it's like warm and then the cool blue down here. So I like it so far. I'm not gonna change it up, but I'm sorry that you guys can't really tell on the stream. Okay. Oh, thank you. Mm, the phone is ringing. Bamboo, right? Using a nice brush. Oh, this is Raphael that came with my Sennelier paint kit that arrived in a wooden box. And I do think that it's real hair from a squirrel and then wood. So it's not a vegan choice for sure. But it really holds some water. I really like using that brush. I'm gonna hit this with a heat gun so we can see how the colors dries up. So hang on. Hi Sandra, welcome to my house. It's good to see you. Okay, I wanted to give it like a thorough heat because my plan is to erase the pencil line. So it kind of looks like I didn't have any sketch line. And for doing that, I always clean off my eraser because sometimes it contaminated with graphite. And then I make sure, really make sure that my paper is as dry as possible, preferably like bone dry. Otherwise, you may rip your paper. And some of my erasers changes the surface of the paper. So I think the recommended is the clear plastic eraser when you're doing stuff like that because they seem to leave less residue. Oh, look, I messed it up. Can you see? How can I save that? Water. I'm not sure I can pick it up. They say it's like genuine colors from Daniel Smith, but I only think it's like 1% of stone. The rest is a very potent blue pigment that's like a little bit it's gonna tarnish the paper. We gotta work around that. Let's see. But can you see how nice it is when you remove the erased line? I really like it a lot. No egg had some few days. Let's see. I am painting with Daniel Smith. This is the genuine tube package. I swatch out this one to Hansa Yellow, but we got like Mayan Blue, Hemapetite Brown, Shadow Violet, and Kyanite. Not Kyanite. Yeah, wasn't it Kyanite pink? It's actually just a pink color. So I'm working on a card that I want to give to Teresa Petersman. Okay, the face is gonna bother me. Now I have to make a choice. Yeah, I want to do this in monochromatic. So, might be a stupid choice. Should I mix up? I should. I'm gonna use, I'm gonna put it in with a mix where I've used some purple. Let's see if we can make it work. Oh, it's a little bit intimidating, the face area. But basically, I want her head to be lit up by the sun. And then I don't want any line work to describe her, whether the dress is having straps or when we're transitioning from the neck skin into the dress itself. I think I want to go like a little bit dark at the bottom here, and then try not to hit the edge so that I get like some sort of fold. Yeah, that's gonna be like the first. Okay, I'm gonna use the whole line here. Okay, this is the first coat. I like that I got like white edges and then just light folds, and then it can come on with the second layer. So let me dry this out. You guys see a puppet on the left of her face over here? Uh, I'm thinking about I want to change that shape right there. I want something like that just to be hanging there, blowing in the wind. So why don't we try and change this crazy mark we got right there into something else? Okay, second watch. I got a blooper, or what's it called, right there. So I'm gonna add in some blue colors now for the second wash. Oh, it's very subtle. I think I need a little bit more color. I'm totally holding my breath. It's very tiny. This is super tiny. There's not much room to do much here. I just like this really fantasy looking fairy person greeting the sunlight from the spring. That's not like warm burning sun, but this very careful shade of yellow. I want to brush down some folds in her dress. Okay, in a second I will look up in chat. I'm just totally zoned into this. I think underneath her uh, bosom, I will make it dark. Okay, and I think I'm actually gonna pull that blue over to her arm. Yeah, that was actually a good choice. If I take the dark color and pull it over to her arm, it wouldn't be weird if I also had the same value as the shade to her underarm right here. Oh man, the paper is too wet right there. because that came off so dark. I think I need to darken up the values up here to so it sort of makes sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it for a second. I will attempt to do like a tiny, tiny, tiny dot for the eyes, but I basically think that it's a colored pencil job to work on these eyes because then I could like really hit exactly where I want to put the shadows. Yeah, it feels like I'm working with like one hair, one hair from the brush. Yeah, the lips I'm gonna do with colored pencil because I cannot draw that intricate. But okay, I'm sorry, this is too small for a stream. I tried to put in her face. I'm not finished with her bosom yet, um, or the arms or anything. But now you can kind of see I got that. I really think I should emphasize that swing of her butt. I totally love the long legs that she have. So far, I like that she's got that very tiny, fragile, almost it's almost like her body is a straw, you know. I really enjoy that because I want her to be like not a real person but a fantasy creature. Is Hi Carol. Let's see. Uh oh my god, somebody's going to a rodeo show. Yay. Let's see. People can see a dog. You can't unsee a dog. Okay, let me find it. Looks like there's a puppy on the left and another face on the right. Okay, let me look into the screen. There's a puppy here. Um and a face. I actually don't see it, but I do see that we got like a flower here. And we can make these into creatures if those are the puppets that you guys are seeing. So now we got some strange creatures in the background. I don't see the face either, but the dog. I don't really have the dog, but I have these flowers here. That one was white. Let me try and give this a white center. Now they're fucking what's it called? Like creepy to look at because they got white eyes. I think I'm gonna have to change that. But okay, let me continue with putting in the colors. I think on her neck she would have a little bit more shadow. Hands are always the worst, especially like this tiny, tiny. So I think I'm just gonna suggest. Yeah, I'm simply just going to suggest the hands like this. And then pick a color for the flower stem. I will. Where did I get that greenish? Was it over here? Okay, I'm really cleaning off the brush because I think I want to pick up just a hint of that pink. Not much, just for the edge. Um, I think I would like to not disturb her hair too much. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with a heat gun, and then for the best part, the white gel pen part. Oh, I forgot the leaves. I totally forgot these leaves over here. What to do with them? Of course, we got the green one here. Let me see. I think I want to erase some of the pencil lines. Not all of them, just some of them. So we got that unbroken line on some of the leaves. This one cast the top leaf. I'm pretending it's casting a shadow on this guy right here. So it can be like a hard edge shadow. The same down here. That could be even a little bit darker, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna hit it with a heat gun. Huh? That dog is haunting me. Okay, you see a dog. Its face has a long pointed nose and long bangs, and the eye in the blue spot. So this is the eyes, maybe? No. Okay, let me look at the monitor. Oh man, long bangs. And it's so there that you can't even unsee it. Isn't it crazy how I cannot even see it at all? Uh, I can't. But what I can see are a bunch of berries here. That's the eye. This is the eye. Oh man, it is totally gold. I think if you have a dog, so you can see the shape of a dog very easily. I don't have a dog, so it's not like my mind is searching for the shape that's recognizable in my daily life, like a dog, you know. uh, the eye is the berries. Oh, so it's an. Oh, it's because when I'm filming, this is my left, but this is your guy's left. Maybe it's flipped. So it's over here that I have to look. I can't see any dog. I'm so sorry. No, that was a horrible stroke right there. Can we camouflage that one up? I'm just trying to work with what I got here on the paper. Um, so I'm simply trying to add in this abstract bed of forest bed, hoping that Teresa can see like straws and grass and imaginary things here. Okay, gel pen. I got a jelly roll, two of them actually. One of them is always out of order, but I never know which one. So it's a little bit annoying having to grab both of them each time I need a white mark making pen. I would love for it to be like swirls that are surrounding her dress. So I think I'm gonna try and make some line work to begin with, and then make it start outside the dress. And then I'm gonna add some dots here and there, like this. I'm imagining that it's like pussy willow flowers or something growing on this twirly veil that's whenever she moves with her dress, it's following with her. I think I should have it up here in her hair also. Of course, it's difficult for you guys to really see it. because it's white on a very fainted background, but it shows up on my end. So I know that Teresa will see it too. We got something like this. Lena, I put it on Twitter. You put it on Twitter? Okay, let me go and see. I think I can do it from here. It's crazy how totally brown. Oh, there it is. The face. Oh, you gotta. No, it's over here, right? I can't see anything. Face here. Oh, there is her face, and then you have a dog there. No. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't. Maybe you know what? I think I'll see it when I'm ending the stream. Then you guys are not there, and I can't yell out. There it is. So typical. Um, I'm taking a shiny, like a silver shiny gel roller. I'm falling in love with these gel pens. I'm slowly turning into Barb Oven. She's doing Bible journaling. I'm doing Bible journaling. She likes to work with gel rollers. I pick up gel rollers. I even stream on a Friday like her. I'm like the mini Barb following her. But I'm not trying to make like totally strict line work. Just here and there. I love that accent of tiny glimmer, but not too much. Just a hint of something shiny. And up here on the hair, I can really go crazy. Can you see how you get that sporadically glimmer, but not like too much, just a little bit. I'm gonna peel off the plastic, the washy edges. I just want to see how it looks. Ooh. I think my border is too wide. It would be more elegant if I cut down the border to be 1/8 of an inch. So I might think about attempting that, but it's gonna be like off stream because I need a cutter to do so. I don't trust myself doing it in my hands with a scissor. So far, I like her a lot. I need to work some more on the leaves. I don't mind that the leaves are turning out white, like they're getting so engulfed with, you could say, moonlight or pale sun that they almost turn white. I'm just gonna enhance this shadow right here. And the tip here. Yeah, I'm sorry for being so not talkative today. Like I said, I had a really hectic week. We had guests over 3 days, and I think I am in total training for hosting a bed and breakfast. Okay, first couple came. I hosted them, toasted them out in the garden. We had like beautiful weather. Served cold white wine and raspberry dipped with chocolate. Then we moved inside to have lunch And then right after, back to the garden with coffee, where I served them this rhubarb trifle that I made. Rhubarb. I hate pronouncing that word. And then the second day, we had the guest, same procedure. Greet them in the garden, cold white wine, strawberry dips in chocolate, lunch inside the house, then back outside in the garden with coffee, but this time I switched it up with an apple pie. And then my neighbor, he's so cute. He's like the oldest guy. It's not my real neighbor. It's like five houses down the road. So it's like down the road neighbor, but still on the road. He's the oldest guy on the road, and he makes me feel so young because he calls us the young couple at the end of the road. He likes to just stroll down the street and then pops in for coffee. And then during summer, he rarely comes inside the house. It's like he wants to sit out in the garden and drink the coffee, like he don't want to intrude or something. And today he was so lucky because I had left over of the apple pie and the rhubarb trifle. So all I had to do was to whip up some fresh cream, and then I could start all over, like serving him in the garden and then asking if he wanted something for lunch also. So I feel totally equipped for starting up a bed and breakfast. But yeah, it's been like really nice to see people again. Um okay, I'm holding my breath. I need like a good transition here so that it kind of isn't so bright underneath this leaf here. So I'm working with this dry paper wet brush, which always brings me into trouble. I like mostly to work like totally wet in wet, but I think the leaves got a little bit more shape now. Yeah. What's the time? Oh my god! It's soon time for Barb Owen to come on. I didn't even know the time was that much. I feel that I haven't done anything today. Uh, you're sold already, Amber, the first guest. But I'm telling you guys, we're having the most beautiful weather. I even got like a small suntan. I don't know if you can see on my hands that because I've been out 3 days in a row. So it's been like a nice spring week we just had. So awesome. I have to go in and do something about the face because right now it looks like she's got like tiny, tiny eyes. So I am picking this gray espresso and making the first marks. Oh, it was dark. Shoot, that was like really dark. Then I am picking a dark blue to do the eyelid and also the eyebrow, the hint of the eyebrow. It doesn't take much because she is so tiny. And then I think I will try, I'm not even sure if it's necessary, but I will try and make this white tip on her nose. But I did leave the white of the paper to be the highlight, so it doesn't really take much. So I like her. I think she's done. I'm gonna send this to Teresa Petersman along with a little. Are you gonna give her wings? She need wings. Okay, we can give her wings. That was a good idea. I think I should start sketching them out with that sparkling gel pen. Was it this one? No. It's this one right here. Like we could have like tall wings so that she could actually fly. It has to be something that can carry her, you know? So if I give myself these guidelines right here, I know they look like really long wings, but they have to lift up a lot of body. So they can't be like too small. I'm gonna use a little bit of the pink. Just to give it a little accent of color. And then when it's dry, you can't really see the pink. Ooh, that was too much. And I think I'm gonna heat set it with a heat gun and then come in with the sparkling gel pen. See how it looks? People come to my house, better bring food, Janet writes. I have to say that I enjoy the idea of that perfect hostess, with I got so much beautiful porcelain. So I like setting the table and then I almost curse it when the guests are supposed to arrive because I forgot to work on myself, so I'm always looking like crap. So it's either two ways, like either I look like immaculate like a princess and my house is a mess, or I can present a clean house, but I look like a clown. So it's never perfect. But I am tired when they're gone because you feel that you are holding in one plate after another. So it's like, you know, I wouldn't like it if it was every day, every week that I had guests over. Okay, I'm not gonna mess more with the wings. I think I'm gonna think about adding in more of these wing things here. Ooh, I think I better pause it up. But thank you guys for coming to my house. There's like 5 minutes until Bob Owen comes on. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna sit and do like this all through her stream. Now I'm adding silver to the edge of these petals. Ooh, Bob is on. I better get off. So see you over at Bob Oven, and thank you for coming to my stream. So I wish you guys a nice week, and see you on Friday. See you at Bob's. Hi hi.